That's not supposed to be showing now. Crap. Wah, wah, wah. Apologies, that's not supposed to be showing. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Gamers DMZ. Got myself, Jazzy Moto. We got Sir Rich. We got The One. Got Mega Elixir. And OG Double M. So, yep. Just jump into it. What's everybody playing this week? I will go ahead and say I've been playing a whole lot of Destiny. What else? Fall Guys has got me. Went back to Katamari, trying to get up my achievements. And The One over here got me playing Peppa Pig. So.
Blame me on that.
Hey, no, I
Blame
appreciate
me, right?
I appreciate the suggestion. Easy.
You guys aren't
Hey,
going to make me join your Peppa Pig cult.
Hey, that's up to you. If you want 80 points every achievement, yeah.
Hey, don't hate on Peppa.
Nope.
Peppa! Bring
That
me
show
the
kind of
dinosaur,
used to be
Peppa!
that show kind of used to be my childhood.
Oh, you'll
See,
love
so
the match. That'd be nostalgic for you. It'll be easy for you to play that. Hey, never wrong with nostalgia. Shoot.
True.
I just can't enjoy it because I don't have no ties to it, and it's just like nails on chalkboard for me. But for you, it may be enjoyable. I don't know.
Standing still is boring. Let's play something.
It's boring! Peppa!
So, yeah.
It's boring!
Anyway,
What about double?
what have you been
Let's
playing,
see.
my good sir?
I just beat Far Cry 6.
Finally.
That was good.
This week?
Yeah.
During your birthday week?
Oh,
and you
my
had time
goodness.
to play?
Oh my goodness.
Shoot.
My.
It was my birthday this last week. I was still playing. No excuses.
But let me ask you a question.
The game is good.
Let me ask you a
really
question.
good.
You played the game this week during your birthday week? Pray tell? I don't think I saw you online. That's the funny thing. Unless you were playing since it's your birthday week and you took the whole week off, you must have been playing from 10 o'clock at night to 3 o'clock in the morning while I'm asleep because I didn't see you, but just saying. Just saying.
I don't know. It probably went down like that. I don't know.
Okay, so what else you been playing? Yeah.
Far Cry 6, and now I'm on Star Wars, and wow, this is the best Star Wars game.
The one I've been telling you to play for like the last 3 years. You better not say that Jedi game. That's the game you're playing.
That's what he's playing. Jedi.
Oh man!
Didn't I tell you it's a masterpiece? Not imagine.
That
game came out the same as that first movie when he was stopping the laser beams and stuff. Now you see why I was like, this should have been, because I was playing it. That should have been a game. I mean, that should have been a movie rather than what they did. They should have went away from the Skywalkers.
I don't know what was the game of the year for 2019, but that should have been it. This game is was it God of War?
No, God of War was 2018.
What? No, it was Shadows Die Twice, I think.
No, it wasn't that either. It was. No, it wasn't The Last of Us, was it?
Let's see.
Was it?
I think it was
Last of Us came out in 2020.
The re-release, not The Last of Us 2. No, The Last of Us came out. I don't know. It wasn't. It was another game. That's right.
Yep, that was right.
It was Sekiro. It was Sekiro.
Really?
Yep.
This game is great.
I told you.
I'm serious.
I told you. Because it's
the
like
lightsaber battles.
Like a Castlevania, but it's kind of Dark Soulish. So, but it's light.
Yeah,
it's light enough to where it's not super hard because they got the difficulty meter and the story is good.
Yeah, I just beat the Ninth Sister.
Now tell me, do you know who they were supposed to base the story off of when I said it was about to be a black female lead? Now, do you know who they was about to base the story off of and then switch roles last minute?
Yeah, it should have been her.
It's blatant. It is
Yeah.
blatant.
Yeah, it's pretty blatant. For real.
And what else were
I'm
you
enjoying
playing? What else were you playing?
it. I was trying to play Chorus. I'm still stuck on that game. I don't know why.
Oh, you stuck somewhere.
Yeah, but that's all I've been playing.
What about you, sir?
Oh my. I've been all over the place. I was playing Katamari. I was playing Ninja Turtles. I was playing Fall Guys. I started a new game, Assassin's Creed 3, the remastered one, because I didn't have none of the achievement points in that. And I was like, ooh, and that's my favorite Assassin's Creed. And I was playing City Skylines, trying to build cities. And Destiny 2. And Children of Mortar.
Game building no
Morta?
project.
That too. Yeah,
Oh
Mortar.
yeah, that free to play or Game Pass game.
What game?
You said the Children of Morta.
Yeah. That game is kind of sweet. I like the music and the way they did that. It's a 2D game, but at the same time, it's like the story and the lore in it is real rich. But it has an old school. Fun. So what about you? What have you been playing?
Talking to me? Let me
Yes.
see. I've been playing, Call of Duty Vanguard since it's free this week. After I jump back in, as they call it, play Call of Duty Vanguard. I played regular Call of Duty. I saw Jazz playing Katamari rerolls. So I'm like, okay, she's trying to get achievement points, so let me play it for a hot
Oh, I already did.
Got my achievement. got my achievement point, and I was good with that. I was playing the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, and I was playing what else? Oh, what was that? Euden? What is that Japanese game called? Euden Chronicles, whatever. The 2D. I really don't like 2D games, but I was playing that. So let's get the really fun stuff out the way. I was playing Peppa Pig.
Yay!
I was playing Peppa Pig because I wanted to get achievement points. So.
Isn't it like 2,000? Or is it just
No, it's only 1,000, but
Okay.
it's easy achievement points, and haters will hate. Like we were talking post start, we have haters that hate because you're getting all achievement points, so they don't say anything good. They don't say anything good. All they do is they bring negativity into the space, and they have negativity in the space because they in last place. But I don't want to say anything about the said person. I'm not going to bring the person's name up.
Man,
but
well, need to do that.
the other game I was playing that I actually think is very fun is interesting game is As Dusk Falls, and I think a lot of people are sleeping on that game as a animated storytelling telltale type game. It's an excellent story, and I'm only on chapter 2, and it's a lot of BS. It's drama, violence, death, everything. Not that it's about death, but someone gets killed, and excellent story. And it's like any other of the telltale games. I think this does it one better. Because a lot of the mechanics in Telltale games are awkward. The mechanics behind this game is not. So I thought that was very good. So that's what I've been playing. So I've been playing at least.
Is that's in Game Pass?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was day one. Yeah, it just came out.
As Dusk Falls.
As Dusk Falls. You didn't see the video I put up about it?
Nope.
Oh, it's your birthday week. I forgot. You say what, sir?
I said I haven't seen anything.
Right, because it's your birthday week.
All he saw was cake and ice cream.
Yeah, he saw cake and ice cream.
Did you see my cake?
I
know sir seen my cake.
We saw all types of stuff.
You must have posted it on Twitter.
No, Facebook.
Oh, I don't do Facebook like that. So
yeah,
you could have text me a picture of it.
Yeah.
And I only stayed 15 minutes from you, if 5 to 10 minutes from you. You still didn't Yeah, exactly.
Uh-oh.
Shady, shady,
Uh-oh.
shady, shady,
Uh-oh.
shady,
Uh-oh. He
shady.
gonna get you now.
Yeah, he's shady.
You
So I'm
open the
coming.
door.
I am coming. So anyway, I guess that's all what we've been playing this
That's
week.
not dope. You forgot about me.
Oh, I forgot about you. My apologies.
He had to get he got some heat on
Mega,
first.
Mega, what were you playing?
Well, this week I have beaten Metroid Dread. Really satisfying game. Yep. And this week I was recently playing Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and right before we got into this right before the podcast started, I was literally on the final boss. So I'm almost about to beat that game. And recently I was playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. And yeah, that's it. Once again, I'm continuing to try to beat the shorter games on my backlog. And yeah, that's about it.
You don't play Peppa Pig.
You should get them memories with achievements.
But
Go ahead.
That's his childhood.
Exactly. So he
I
said,
mean, let me be more detailed about it. When I meant, oh yeah, that was my childhood, I don't mean like I was a big fan of Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig, compared to other preschool shows that I saw, was more like junk food, basically.
well,
to the
let me
brain.
say this. Let me say this.
Like when you off school and we used to watch Barney and stuff in our generation, or
Well, let me
Sesame Street, because you ain't in school and it's the kids showed us on.
Let me say this. Let me put it this way. When I'm in a competition and you can get any point you can, then darn it, I'm gonna get any point I can the easiest way I can. So the winner can take the best route. So you can hate on it all you want. I don't care. If it gives me gamer score points and I can be out front, then hey, you don't sit back there and not like it like some people may hate. Again, and they shall remain nameless.
I tried to play it. Yeah, I just couldn't hack it. It was like nails on a chalkboard. I was like, oh my goodness.
I helped collect the chickens around the house, and
I know that's
got
right.
us a snack.
I just tried. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. So I had to find another way. That's all. I was like, oh, I can't do this. So I'm sorry.
Find the dinosaur and do all the good stuff.
Like I said, I tried to go dinosaur, then I ended up in school. Like, what happened? This is confusing. Do I continue to go or do I go back?
Yet you just said it was a kid's game. How can a kid's game be confusing?
Because it's so simple and you can't think when you're playing it, and you overthink the situation instead of just playing it.
So just another question to get you guys' opinion. What do you guys think about the Grounded TV series? Grounded video game TV series. Let me make sure I say that.
Because that's kind of like Honey, I Shrunk Your Kids, the TV series.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And that's what I said in the chat.
I was about to say, isn't there... I'm pretty sure this is a cliche in media, but isn't there like a lot of stories about young kids trying to work together to survive like the wilderness type of stuff?
Yeah, because it's not a cliche, it's more of a trope. It's like like life throwing, it's like a message, a hidden message, if you will, of like children coming together and overcoming life. Like life is throwing all types of obstacles at them, and they're growing and becoming more in-depth characters in their growth.
It's telling kids to work together.
And that too. And to work together. Teamwork, growth,
To be able to prepare for life challenges in the end.
Oh, there's another one of my
to overcome any obstacles in life, work together. And don't get upset.
Yeah, everybody got their skills, everybody got their weaknesses. Just work together and find out what you need, who you need, and when you need them.
Well, the only word I could say when you guys described it is this: Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
So let me ask you, Jazz, what do you think the long play on this is?
on the show or the game? Well, we're talking about the show right now.
No, we're talking about all of it.
All
Put it
of it?
together.
Okay. Personally, I would, from my experience playing the game, which was very limited because I couldn't get a dedicated team, I can see it being a fun game to be played continuously in the future. Kind of like Left 4 Dead is, somewhat. You know, got the co-op and all that stuff, and you know. As far as the show, let's wait and see, because some things they can pull off. Other thing, it's like, all right, we've seen this before. Like, why are you doing this? So I'm really interested to see. Like, I'd check it out.
And the long play for you, double is what?
It seems like it's going to be a more of a trend of those type of TV shows with Grounded, Stranger Things. It's Goonies, you know?
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's Goonies. Me and Serge talked about this a couple of weeks ago. How they trying to take those 80s shows like that, Stranger Things, Goonies, and rehash them, which I have no problem with. So it's a trend.
The preteens on an adventure.
It's not a rehash, it's a nostalgia trip. Same thing they did with that 70s show. It's a nostalgia trip. But if they get the formula right, it brings enough of the of your old school in memory, and they can meld it into the show to make it meld more with your liking per se.
Okay. So
I mean, you see my generation is we aging. I was a teenager in the 80s, so a lot of that stuff is geared, like you said, nostalgia. It's geared towards us and to make new people, you know, to enjoy it. So, yeah.
okay. And what I think about that is the long play. I think it's a first step for Microsoft outside of the Halo series to take their first steps into their portfolio of games. Since if you look at it, I think Grounded had over 10 million players.
Something like that.
It had a lot of players, 10 million to 15 million for a game that was in beta. And
Is it still averaging that?
I think it is. I'm not sure, but whatever it is for a beta game, the average 10 million people.
Yeah, that's
pretty
good.
And
that's really good.
And for them to take that game and try to make it a series when the game hasn't even been released as a game, I think that's Microsoft testing their portfolio to say, okay, we'll take this kids game related to a TV series, let everyone know this a game that had 10 million subscribers, and we have a deal with the Halo series, and it'll be a perfect sign if it's released on Paramount. And that will say that Microsoft had some backroom dealings already with Paramount since they got the Halo series, so they want extra. And what will they do with the other portfolio, other games because everyone's talking about Sony making a Gran Turismo anime or series. They're making The Last of Us. A couple of different games are having adaptations to TV series, right? So I think this, if true, and it becomes a series, then I think it's Microsoft Play at series as well. It's going into the anime or TV series as well, and Grounded will be the first way of doing it to get kids in it and get kids to go to Game Pass too. What do y'all think about that? So we'll see. We will see.
I think it's a good idea because Sony taking all their IPs and turning them into TV shows.
Right. And
so yeah, to be in that arena together, yeah.
Okay. So I had another question. This is on another topic. Did any of you guys see I think there was a couple of people wrote articles about CD Projekt Red and their stock falling, and everyone's blamed it on Cyberpunk 2077, and that because the game was so bad, yet it sold 15 million copies the first month, or the first 2 or 3 months.
Ooh.
And so I know a couple of people did articles like it was doom and gloom, and they, like I said, I'm repeating again that they are saying, oh, they're doing bad because the stock fell. They were once worth 10 billion. Now they're down to net worth value as far as a company around 2.5 billion. So they lost almost 60 to 70% of their net worth and stock value, stock evaluation price. So what did you guys, any of you see that? And what are your thoughts? No,
I didn't know that.
okay, what are your thoughts? Let's
Yeah,
go,
I knew.
Lady Jazz. What are your thoughts on that? Because my point is CG Project Red, and although Cyberpunk 27 is a good game. I mean, I haven't beaten it yet. It's a long game, so I can jump in and jump out per se because there's so many quests. But what I've played, what they did nail is the mechanics of shooting. They nailed the mechanics of riding a motorcycle. I'd rather ride a motorcycle than drive a car in Cyberpunk 2077. So, and if you have the game, if I'm relating, what's that game that Sony made with the motorcycle driving? Not The Last of Us, the one game that didn't do well. And I have that too, and I forgot the name. Where it was the biker, the zombie guy.
Yeah.
What's the name of that game?
It's gone, right?
Excuse me?
Yeah. Days Gone.
Yeah, Days Gone. That motorcycle driving is horrendous. If they would have used CG Project Red or Vice, it would have made the game much better. But that being said, what do you think about that, Jazz?
I haven't played Cyberpunk, but
What do you think about
looking?
Yeah, go ahead. What do you think about the stock price falling?
I think that's crazy, and I'm looking here. Why CD Projekt Red stock so low? It says that exact reason due to all the controversy surrounding Cyberpunk 2077 and other news about the company.
Okay, okay. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. What about you, Double?
It's definitely the game. I mean, because
You
of
think so?
Cyberpunk, but
You think
yeah.
so? Okay. What about you? What about you, Sir Rich? What about you, Sir Rich? Because I'm going somewhere with this. And Lady Jazz,
It's the way you say
please.
it. You think so? You think so?
Yeah, okay. Lady Jazz, please have that ready. I want you to type something in real quick. So Lady Jazz is the navigator this evening. And thank you very much. For those who are viewing, please hit that subscribe button. We need subscribers.
Yes.
Please. So what's your thoughts about that, Sir Rich?
Stock price dropping since the game coming out. That means they were falling before, and the game didn't help. That's one of the reasons.
They were worth $10 billion. They were worth $10 billion.
They still worth
10 billion. They were worth $10 billion when the game came out. Then they fell now at this point in time, $2.5 billion.
That's just poor. I don't know. Maybe it was because the release schedule or how they just tossed games out, the game out when it was incomplete, and people were just so disgusted. It was a lot of different.
Okay, you think it's all that? Okay, let me ask you guys.
I don't think it was
okay. I would give that to be 30% of the problem. Lady Jazz, could you do something for me?
Yes.
Type in SNE in your browser.
SNE.
We Snap-on Incorporated.
Who's that? What company is that?
Snap-on. Hold on, this isn't right.
No, it should have been Sony. I'm sorry, let me get you the right stock symbol.
Look, I'm an economics major. I should have known. Hold on.
Is it SNY?
SNY. Is it SNY? I thought it was SNE. You must stand corrected.
It's just Sony.
No, I'm talking the stock symbol. Let me look it up. I got it on my. Let me see. It's in my portfolio. I thought, it is. Type in S.
Yep, I got it up.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. Okay. Do a 6-month review. Stock price.
Right there on the thing where the one day where
I
it's
know
blue.
where
Go
you're
back.
going
Go
with
back.
this.
Go back.
You know where I'm going,
Hold
don't
on,
you?
you're delayed.
Right
I
above the
got it.
graph. Right up.
Right.
Yeah.
I got
right
it.
above the
I
graph.
got it.
Yeah. Cool. Go. Yeah.
And how much was Sony stock about 6 to 8 months ago?
Good mugger. They are plummeting.
Okay, how much was it though?
87.
It looked like 110.
Okay, hold that thought. How much was Apple? Do AAPL. Do AAPL.
It looked 110.
I think it's
Apple was damn near 200. AAPL.
APPL. Yep.
Yeah, AAPL. Now, what were they 6 months ago?
Whew.
They're at 155.
Right now, they're 155 now.
They were
They
at
were
180 in April.
or almost 6 months ago. They were 200,
Was-
almost 200. So, to make a long story short, I think people do not do a lot of research. They do a lot of talking. They wanted to make the story about CG Project Red, right? And say, oh, their stock is. Every major company has lost value with their stocks. There's not a company, very few companies have not lost market cap
But
value.
I think it's more so the
But-
quantity.
But they're a small company. Okay.
True.
Look at everything that they lost. A lot of companies, Sony, if you want to say that, then Sony was worth almost 150 billion at that point. Now they're worth what? They lost at least 30 billion of that market capitalization. So to
30%.
some extent, exactly. So to some extent, they lost value. I think the article is just ingenuous when everyone is saying that because the whole market is down. We have inflation. The market is done.
And that
Right.
the
So it is part of
voluntary
that. It's
inflation they did.
right,
They
but
just
it's
did,
the market is volatile. So I think
Well-
they themselves did it. Everyone's talking about this. Right, the stock did fall, but it wasn't as bad in my opinion. It's everybody's fault. It's the way the market is going. So naturally, CD Projekt Red went the same way. You didn't see every other company out here. 99% of the company's stock is still up, and CD Projekt Red was down. It's cyclical. So yeah, they are doing worse, and a lot of people want to draw attention to it. But the whole point that I think the article, all of them are being disingenuous because yes, it went down, but not 100% of the gain. Not 100% of this can be blamed on that gain, and that's my whole point. And I saw this, and I was like, wow. I just think a lot of people don't read enough and don't do a lot of research. They make these claims, but then they didn't look at every company. Can you say Microsoft? Microsoft's going to report earnings at the end of the month. Apple's going to report at the end of the month or early August. If they miss it by a point, Wall Street's going to go crazy. So are they going doom and gloom for Microsoft, doom and gloom for Apple, doom and gloom for Sony? If Sony missed their numbers, are they going to go doom and gloom? Remember when Microsoft announced Activision Blizzard acquisition? What happened? Sony fell $20 billion.
Yeah.
Was it doom and gloom? That's a lot of market value to lose. But that's what you got to look at. So that's my little point I wanted to make on that and see what you guys thought about that. I didn't think of it like I didn't like a lot of people who wrote it in that way. If they would have said yes, the stock fell and it's part 30 to 40% based on CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk 2077, and then the rest is based off what's happening in the world today, and all stocks are falling, then I would have been like, okay, they did a well-written article, but everything was based off Cyberpunk 2077.
It's just
Yeah,
that
they
one
put them in a
topic.
bubble.
You know, I have something to say about this. Do you think the right words in this situation would be ever since Cyberpunk came out in December 2020, overall, after its release, CD Projekt Red's stocks were like worse than before on average before Cyberpunk came out.
You saying that? Say it again.
I'm saying, do you think that Do you think that it's better if, like, if the article said, like, ever since Cyberpunk came out, that their stocks haven't been, like, at an all-time, like, high compared to before that game came out?
I think a better way of looking at it is that up to 2020, when the game released, up to January of 2021, the stock
Like
was at this price.
2022 today.
No. You can't say that. Let me give you the reason why. Everybody's stock was doing well until January, February. Everyone's stock has gone down.
Yeah.
That's my point. So what you're saying is, since 2020, when it released, up till a certain point in time before everyone else started dropping, that's where you draw the line and you do your analysis and said, well, it fell from XYZ to here. Then I'll say, yes, that is a good way of looking at it. But if everybody else falls at the same time, naturally they are going to fall as well. It's reciprocal. Everyone's falling because that's how the market works sometimes. People want to start selling.
Would you say it's cyclical, which is caused
It's
by
cyclical.
the recession?
Right,
Phase
right.
of the
Well,
business cycle.
Right. So I just wanted to get your guys' point about that and what your thoughts
They're gonna
were.
get bought.
Well,
Think so.
at that price, I think it would be nice for somebody to acquire them, as long as it's not NetEase or NetEase or somebody like that. So just think about that and just let's see how this works out when they release new content. Let's table this and let's come back 6 months from now and see how the stock is doing. Now, if the stock is still in the dungeon as opposed to going up and everyone else goes up, then we can look at that and do a good analysis. See, everyone else did a return and they made a comeback, but everyone else didn't. Get that?
Yeah.
So in other news, what do you guys think about Sony's completes their acquisition of Bungie, the makers of Halo? Let's go with you, Megan. First, before I ask you that, what do you think? I think in our last conversation, you said you never played the original Halo, right?
No, I did play the original
Okay,
Halo.
you played the Halo. I stand corrected. So what do you think about the acquisition?
Indifferent.
Indifferent? Does make you a big difference?
Yeah, indifferent.
Okay. What about you, Double?
Bungie just trying to hang on to anybody they can at this point.
Sony or Bungie?
Bungie.
Explain.
How could I put this? They working on another game. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they've been working on another game before Destiny.
Right. I forgot what it's called, but right, they're making another. So is that why Sony paid that outrageous price for them? $3.7 billion?
Exactly. It's not about Destiny, but it's the game that they've been working on. Sony
And the
seen
mobile
the game.
and the mobile game.
And the mobile game. And they banking on that next game.
That is supposedly
Which may not come to Xbox.
No, according to Bungie, they dead set on that coming to stay in multiplat.
Good. I was like, that would be an awful blow.
I'm
Speaking of which,
pretty sure it's gonna be watered down.
Okay, let me ask you a question. So say what you said again. They being Sony, and I'm going somewhere. This is going to lead right to the next topic because you brought this up, so I think this will go segue into it. But I want to get everybody else's opinion. You just said that Bungie and Sony is going to make that game. It's not going to be multiplat, right? It's only going to stay on the Sony platform, right?
But if it do go multiplayer, it won't have the same.
But no, let's stay with what you originally said. That's what you believe.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think, Sir Rich?
It's an interesting move because Bungie's been free floating and they needed the backing of some console, I believe. But
Okay.
and the way they've been monetizing Destiny, they successfully made a live service game with both of the games. And it's interesting to see how PlayStation is making moves more towards a live service. It's a good acquisition. It's smart. It's interesting. I want to see how they use it and develop games with it because they're gonna get that Bungie know-how and develop some games. You know, with that Sony twist, it might be interesting for some competition.
Okay. What about you, Lady Jazz?
Yeah, on that last note he made, I'd be excited to see what they do with it. But yeah, it's interesting. I hope they do stay multiplat. I don't know. Let's just
Okay.
see what PlayStation does. Part of me wants to say, all right, here we go with the monetization and all that stuff, but let me just shut up and see what actually happens. But if
Okay.
they
So okay, go ahead. I'm
no,
sorry.
that's okay. I was just gonna say, like, if they end up making greater games, then I'd be more likely, because I do have a PlayStation as well, but to be honest, I don't play it as much. So hopefully this will, draw me more towards it.
Okay. So, do any of you guys remember, first and foremost, because this is going to lead somewhere? Do any of you guys
As a
remember when Sony, when Bungie first split from Activision?
yeah.
Who did they borrow money from?
Microsoft.
Microsoft,
No,
yep.
they didn't.
Oh,
No,
that's
No,
what
it
I
wasn't.
would
No, it
say.
wasn't. It was not. They borrowed, I think, 500 million from either NetEase. No, it was NetEase, or either what's that other big Chinese company?
Oh
Alibaba.
yeah, it
You're
was like that
thinking
one of them
about
mobile.
Tencent, I
That
think.
Yeah, that's
Tencent,
it.
yeah.
Either
the other
either
one.
10 cents. They borrowed 500 million. Hence, that's why when they merged, that price also included them paying that debt off, that 500 million. So that's why it went to 3.7 billion. Second, we're going to discuss a topic. Let's move right into it. That after this, you guys, Mr. Double M said he hopes that they, being Sony, they don't make that game platform, only to stay on the Sony platform. Well, especially when Jim Ryan and The Last of Us 2 only sold 10 million out of 120 plus million install base. What makes you think that where they're going to get the money to help pay that 3.7 billion off? I think a lot of people who are gamers don't understand the fact that the reason why Sony is charging for everything that they are doing is because Sony is making a lot of acquisitions and buying. And how do you think they're going to make that money back? You don't spend money without making money. And a lot of gamers are upset at Sony. I won't pay for something that I won't. I won't support something that costs $70. But my point is, Sony doesn't want to be that much in debt. And they're looking at, we have all these gamers that are not supporting our games. 10 million, again, I'm going to bring it up. 10 million out of 120 to 130 million PS4s, PS5 sold, and you only selling 10 million copies over 2 years. That's not that good. So again, my point is that I think it'd be very hard, Double, for Sony to make any game from Bungie, especially platform, stay on the Sony platform and not PC, and even come out on PC 6 months later. Nope, or PC or Xbox, because that is Bungie's way of looking at things. And I think they may have it in their T's and C's of their contract with when they were merged, that Sony would stay out of their business and they can make the games, put the games on any platform they choose. That's where they're going to get the biggest buck. I was just wondering what your guys' thoughts were on that, because I look at it as if, Sony bought Bungie because they needed that multiplayer developers who could make a game like Bungie as smooth and seamless. Because you remember when Bungie came out, when Bungie made Destiny, the mechanics go back to Halo to me to an extent. They were
They
smooth.
do.
They go right back to Halo. So that's where that DNA comes from from Bungie's DNA is from Halo because that's who developed it. No problem with that. And they develop a great. The first Destiny was smooth. It played smooth for me on my Xbox. Fun game. So I don't have a problem with that. I don't play Destiny anymore. Not like I used to. I know you guys play it a lot, but it'll be hard for me to get back into Destiny. I would like to, but I just think it'll hard for the learning. Not even the learning curve. I'll say catch up curve.
Understand.
It's a
I'm
lot.
2-year
It
hiatus.
is.
I'm
Creating a new
Yes.
title.
currently
Right.
getting back.
Creating a new title.
Right. Because
People like you who like
right.
don't want to come
It'll.
back.
Right, because if for me to play, I would have to have like 2 or 3 people, 2 people on the squad with me to help me get up to speed.
Yep.
Well, you got 2 people.
Yeah, that's true. You and Jazz, but my point is, it's hard to do that for a lot of people. A lot of people don't have that, especially in my opinion on the PlayStation. I get more people on the Xbox than I do PlayStation platform in multiplayer games, so it's hard to meet up with people to play. So I think that's one of the obstacles that they're going to run into. And I just do think 100% in the reference to Bungie, it is going to be hard for Sony financially to keep making games stay on the Sony platform. I don't think Bungie's going to have it. They're going to be like, no, we make more money. And I think Sony has come to that conclusion that they'd rather make money than play in these console wars that are non-existent. Because speaking of which, since we're talking about Sony, let's go to this topic. And sorry about that. What do you guys think about The Last of Us remake costing $70? Which proves my point again. Is what is this called, Jazz? The Last of Us. Is it a remake? What is it this time? Because it's the same game, version 3.
What I'm trying to figure out, because it looks like it's just revamped, like it's shiny.
Is it is it remastered, or what is it called?
Reskin,
I'm
or is it
looking
a
it up right
reskin?
now. Yeah, that's
No,
what I
is it
mean.
I guess to judge that will be to compare the gameplay. If the gameplays is different, then
it's already out. Somebody already leaked it. That's where I'm going. So I'm just trying to think of the right name so we can do our due diligence, and by giving it the right name, you know what we're calling it instead of saying, is it the remake or is it what?
How about this?
Remaster.
Last of Us Part 1 PS5.
Yeah, they're calling it a remaster.
Okay, remaster.
I got the comparison up now, so
Nope. Oh, okay.
let's see for ourselves.
Well, a lot of people are saying that the mechanics, they say the mechanics changed or the mechanics didn't change. But a lot of people are saying it's just graphically enhanced. And this is where I'm going with the whole point of Sony is, and a lot of people are saying it's the same game you sell and spitting it right back out at a higher price. Why couldn't it be $49 or $59? Because they, being Sony, thinks their base, their gamers will pay $70 for a game if they do have at it. But why would I have a PS4 game that works perfectly well on the PS5? Why would I buy a remastered game that doesn't offer that many enhancements?
100%
Your
agree.
thoughts? Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to lead off with you. You took it. Go ahead, Lady Jazz.
I totally agree. I would not be one of those people to pay $70. Yeah, it looks nice, but at the end of the day, if I get basically the same playing experience, I'm not really missing out on anything. And I can see if they bundled it for people, for like new purchases, new systems, that'd be cool.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So that could be a way they can get it out. I'd be more comfortable, like you said. I think you said what, $45 or something like that.
Yeah,
Maybe.
$49. Yeah,
You buy
that'd
it
be
for
amazing.
$40.
Yeah.
Jazz, would you buy it for $40?
Yeah, I would.
You would?
Yep, not 70. Because it's not
No.
like, because I watched Sir Rich play it, so it's not like, I can't tell you word for word what happened, but it's not a completely new experience. $70,
No, it's not.
I want a new experience.
It's right. It's not a completely new. It's not new. And I saw I saw somebody respond that it'll be a great game, and I had to respond back to them. How can it be a great game when the original game was a great game?
It is. It already
So
is.
how can it be a great game when it's already a great game? What are you giving me? A great game is going to be a great game, even if it has the graphics are not all that. If it's a great game, that means it's a good story, it's a good play, everything is fluid with the game, and you love it. So by it being on the PS5, does it make it a greater game? If so, how? What are your thoughts, Double? Excuse me.
Let me say this. I would buy it for $40.
I think
for my
that is
PS5.
okay.
For my PS5. Like I said I think that was last week, right? They're gonna buy it. The code of Sony is gonna buy it.
Mm-hmm.
The $70, they're gonna buy it.
How many people?
A good majority.
You think so?
Yep.
So
And that's
give
what
me
they're
okay.
doing.
Let's take a guess. Let's take a guess. After Double, everyone give their number of how many millions you think it's going to sell before the end of the year. Double.
5 million.
That's nothing
You think that's nothing?
for that game on the PS5. Yeah, that's nothing. I mean, it's profitable. Yes, it's very profitable. Again, but if you don't have that many games on the PS5, you got 20 million. If you sell 5 million, that's 1/4 of that install base. Nothing. It's better than 10%.
They won't sell. They won't sell 10 million of this.
That would be my
I
guess.
agree with
10 or 15
No,
million.
they won't sell 10 million.
Can I just
You
quickly
think-
say I'm sorry. While I'm
Go
looking at
ahead.
this, parts of the original look better than the remastered. But yeah.
Okay, so okay. What do you think, Sir Rich?
I think it's gonna sell. The only way I think it's gonna sell is if they bundle it with some PS5s.
I agree.
Which may happen.
Christmas.
Can you tell me?
Christmas.
But let me. Okay, I take that back. I
I'll
take
get
that
pretty
back.
smart
I
choice
take that
for
back. I take that back. I do take that back.
What?
How you gonna sell something you don't have?
They better been stockpiling them and holding on to them.
Exactly. I mean-
saving them for like November or something, so they could boost sales or something real quick. Saving it for a game.
Please,
Okay.
I think they got that slim coming. I think it's coming.
Okay, are
A
you
couple people
predicting
made
now?
one.
If you so, I will give me a date. Don't say you think something. Is it coming this year or next year? Let's go that.
December 23
Oh, that's next
Oh.
year.
Yeah.
next
Oh.
year.
Oh,
Next year.
We talking about in
I'm
context of
talking-
this. That will not
yeah.
affect the game sales of this game. We talking about like this game and how would it affect the sales.
I see a
For
Christmas
Last of
bundle
Us
coming.
Part 2. Instead of because Part 1 was the first time they remastered it. Now they doing Part 2. Look, Last of Us Part 2.
Her clothes change.
if it's me, I don't like I said. In my opinion, I would be peed off if I'm at Sony, and I would be peed off. I'd be like, well, it didn't work.
I like it better
I
than
would-
Fog. I like the old school one.
I'd rather it sell. I don't think the game's going to sell more than 5 million. I just don't. I don't see how it's going to sell more than 5 million because people already have the game. Coupled with the fact that you have a lot of games coming out this fall. And
Yeah.
again, I'm going to throw in there the recession, and you got God of War. And again, I'm going
You got
back.
to remember that the PS5 is built on a lot of hype. A lot. You know, it has the mind share.
Okay, so, sir, can I ask you one question? It has the mind
Yes.
share. How many
Yes,
copies of?
definitely.
So are you implying that because it's a PS5 and a PS5 game come out, it's going to automatically sell? Is that what you implying?
Yes, it's gonna sell to casuals. Yes, it is.
No, you're saying mind share PS5. So you are kind of saying that most games. So let me ask you, how many games did Ratchet and Clank sell? How many sales did Ratchet and Clank? That was a big game for the PS5. And I don't think that game sold 1 million the first week or 1 million the first month. Right? And that had that super vortex type of. You remember the vortex that Ratchet was going through, and that made the game just great? You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Did it sell over 1 million? Now, granted, it's not a Last of Us Last of Us remake, and it's definitely not a God of War. But my point is, just because they're selling, and I go back to this, in my opinion, and we can come back and revisit this. If I was Jim Ryan, I'll be peed off 100% if God of War, and I would tell my Sony fan base, you don't want this game to go to PC day and date, then God of War needs to hit 10 million sales the first week. Otherwise, why do I need it? Build that hype. Tell me why a game is so acclaimed that you have a dedicated fan base. You have 20 million consoles out there with and I keep saying dedicated fan base with quotes, dedicated fan base. Could you please tell me why you're not going to hit 10 million? I'll give you the first week that game should hit 10 million. Otherwise, I'll be peed off. It's the holiday season. You're moving into the holiday, and you can't hit 10 million worldwide based off of that fan base that's so dedicated with the number one game. Now, don't get me wrong. God of War is off the bomb. Is the bomb. Is off the chain. Right.
Off
I
the chain
love it.
and the bomb.
Yeah.
It's both of
bomb,
them.
off the bomb. It's both of them. The game is great. And I think anyone should play the original God of War. Great game. And I don't think anybody on this panel will deny that, correct?
God of War surprised me. I was a hater.
Right,
but that game ain't gonna be good. And I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, this
game the game is
the
great.
bee's knees. Yeah. I even said the bee's knees.
But if I was Jim Ryan, I'd be kind of upset if the game doesn't just make stellar sales. Let's say it that way. So that's my opinion. And my whole point of that is that the Last of Us 2, I'll be amazed if it goes over 5 million with not as many games. And like you said, going back on what Double said, the PS5 was this great console, is a great console, and it was sold on hype. Then the hype means you are going to get games because you got this great console. Right?
Yeah.
Going with that theory. So if this great console doesn't have that many great PS5 games, then I should sell all these games. And
it's a slow burn. It's a slow burn.
Oh, now you changing the narrative.
It's always a slow burn, though.
But you changing the narrative.
No, it's not.
No,
this is a new phenomenon.
I disagree with you. I disagree with you 100%.
It's a new phenomenon. It's slow burn with consoles because consoles, we've getting further and further. So I'm gonna go all the way back to the NES when you came with a game. You playing the game out the box. Now they be getting further and further with that. Now you got to monetize the games I do get, pay for the games, pay for all the extra controllers. You got to pay. They want money. Money is the name of the game.
Mm-hmm. Money. That's all you need.
So that's why they selling the games at $70. And they need to pay for the mergers and all these new studios out. And that's one of the main reasons why I think Sony's not blinking at charging their fan base $70. Either you do it or you don't. And they sold it that if you want a $70 game or a Sony game, you will pay $70. I don't see how that is any different than when the PS3 came out and whatever, I forgot the gentleman's name. He said, well, if you have to work overtime to get a PS3, you will do it because you're like a PS3. How is that?
He said that at like E3.
Right. But I'm paraphrasing. I don't want to misquote somebody, but I'm paraphrasing what he said. How is this any different?
It's Digital Foundry.
Excuse me?
No, I was just making a joke because Jazz pulled up like a Digital Foundry video and it said like subscribe.
It was
okay.
It was the end of the video. But go ahead.
Well, give them
Thank you, Digital Foundry.
Give Digital Foundry their props. And since we're saying subscribe, everyone please.
Y'all see that button at the bottom.
Hit the subscribe button. So did anyone play the cat game? And what's the name of the game?
Stray.
Right.
I did not play the cat game because I didn't buy anything. I've been playing my free stuff.
Yeah,
what up,
getting these achievements. But I will be
what
playing
free
it
games?
sometime.
Tell me about free games because I want to play some free games too.
Oh, the Game Pass games.
Yeah.
Oh, that ain't free. I pay for that, so that ain't free. Let's not say that. I pay for that every month. I don't get anything free. I pay, even if it's only $15 a month, I'm paying for it. So it's mine.
Well, the games that's available to download is
So yeah. So no one that's playing the cat game.
Not yet. I will be getting
No.
it Friday.
Anybody heard any reviews on it?
That it's excellent.
To be honest, no.
I've heard
I
that it
saw
was
a blurb.
excellent. Let me pull up.
I heard a blurb that it was just a game that you just hit a button and jump
I
and
hope
jump
that's not true.
and jump.
You don't meow?
I don't know. I was wondering. I was hoping one of you, lady or gentleman, have played the game.
You know, I want to play it, so
Here we go.
I ain't get to it yet though.
Here's the rating so
Curious,
far.
how much does it cost?
$30, I think.
Oh.
But that's
Apparently,
free.
it's part of like the PlayStation Plus premium thing.
Right. It's part of play.
If you pay
PlayStation.
$80 or something.
No, they got a special. They got a special going. If you got PlayStation Plus, they'll give you the rest of the year for like $33.
Hmm.
So I may just upgrade mine to the end of the year just to test it, but I wouldn't pay them that much money. I don't think they're very expensive.
4.8 out of 5.
So none of you guys played the game.
Mm.
Okay, we'll just have to table that topic. I haven't played it, and I really don't have any interest unless it's free. So if I get it in the PlayStation,
Like, I have an interest if it goes on sale. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm probably not gonna play it for a while.
okay, then I know I wouldn't spend money on it. I can promise you that.
Because it looks like an interesting game, but it also looks like a game that could go south. So I don't want to put too much money into it in case I don't like it.
Look at this review. Oh.
But like I said, I played another cat game on PlayStation. That was fun. That post-apocalyptic sad deep game. I can't remember what it was called, but it was fun.
Again, if you guys are listening, chat, please subscribe. Thank you very much. Please hit that subscribe button and the like button.
Subscribe and like.
So I know I mentioned earlier today when we started that I was playing as Dusk Falls. I don't think any of you have ventured that way yet, have
Mm-mm.
Never started.
Okay. It's in Game Pass day one. I won't spend that much time on it. Again, I think it's a very good game, narrative game. I think
How
that you
fast do you
like
get
it.
achievements?
There you go. No, don't tell them. Play the game and find out. Just like
Like
the
I
rest of us.
said, it'll be. Let me put it like this: it'll be worth your while to play it to get achievements. Is that a better way of saying it?
Okay.
And you know you gonna like it because you like them Telltale games, so you
Here's-
should play it. That's why I was like, don't tell him, just make him play it.
Here's
'Cause
some
he
of-
need to play it because I really don't care for the Telltale games. I might try it out and see where it's on my fun scale, but
So
I
here
think
we
it's
got
good. It's
some of
a
one's
lot of
gameplay.
interaction, but I think that once I beat it, I'll probably play it again because you have, it's just like Telltale games. You can take one route or another route, and your decisions
choose your
matter.
adventure.
Right.
This is your gameplay I got up right now.
Oh, okay.
I want tough Fanta.
Man, oh man, we gonna get into some gameplay. What is going on with Zoe and her military time? It's midnight. New day.
Actually, it's I think it's a good game. I think people enjoy it for what it is.
I see these games I used to play on my PC, and like whenever I get on the console, it agitates something in me. I don't understand
Get it on PC.
There you go. Because it's on PC.
I mean,
Then
I used
you-
to play all types of click games on PC.
there you go.
And it's time. Your decisions are time. You have X amount of seconds to make a decision. And like I say, your decisions matter. It tells the story. The story is based off your decision. So your story may not be my story, which I like a lot. So we all may not end up making the same choices. You may choose to save somebody. You may choose not to have an argument with your spouse.
I'm
Or
arguing
what have
every time. What you say to me?
You may choose to save a life, or you may not. But it's a good game.
I don't know that person.
But it's a
I'll
good
check
game.
it
And
out.
I think all of you guys should download and play it. And if the listeners to the podcast, please download or play the game. I think you'll like it. That's just me saying it. And you'll get gamer score if you have an Xbox. PS5 now, they don't have it on PlayStation yet. I don't think it's coming because it's a Microsoft sponsored game. So let's go to our next topic, and that's some good gameplay right there. See how you have to make decisions. What do you guys think about Nintendo's anime? So we're gonna let Mega lead this one off.
Yeah, and I'm gonna correct you right there. It's a little bit misleading to call it literally like an anime studio. Like, oh, they're gonna make Nintendo anime now. But it's better to describe it as like basically what happens that Nintendo acquired a animation studio that I believe does CGI trailers, I
Yes.
believe, like before they acquired them. And
Has Nintendo ever made anything multiplat?
No.
So
no.
suffice to say, it's going to be Nintendo animated.
A multiplat game.
Excuse me.
The paint game.
What paint game?
What paint game?
The one you have to paint the floor.
I know what you're
Oh.
talking about. That's not multi-platform.
It's not.
No.
No,
I thought it
it's
was.
No, Nintendo is time. They
Oh,
lock
they
this
are
stuff
closed.
down.
Yes.
No, closed doors, ancient, old school, old kung fu doors. That's what they got. Them big bar doors.
you said kung fu doors.
No, you
That's
know what I'm talking about.
Chinese.
Hey,
But you can play that game online though
big
with 4
wooden
people though.
doors.
Yeah, that doesn't make it multi-platform. I don't know. Let's focus on the topic
Yeah,
for now.
it's Dynamo Pictures.
And the
is
dodgeball
company.
game.
Knockout City.
Animals.
What dodgeball game? The
Knockout
double
City.
M? I didn't really quite that.
Knockout
Knockout
City
City.
was an EA game.
Oh, yeah, that's an
Is it-
EA game. That's
Yeah.
Dynamo Pictures.
It was first announced in Nintendo Direct, but that's on all consoles. So
that was a PC game for anything.
Yeah. So anybody excited about this new anime studio or whatever that Nintendo?
Hey,
Not
man.
excited.
Hey,
I'd say interested to see. You know
hey.
what?
to be
you
honest,
say,
I
lady?
think
Well, hold on. Let Lady Jazz start first.
I was just gonna
Oh,
say I'm excited to see because Nintendo animation. I'm bring it. Let me see.
Hey,
What does the chat think? What do you guys think? Go ahead, Sir Rich.
all I gotta say is, I remember a time when we had Nintendo cartoons, and I'm all for it because I want some high octane Nintendo adventures because I think that would be cool, like Metroid anime, Zelda anime. That
Bring back Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
that'd be dope. Exactly. That's the first thing I think of. Just princess.
I remember watching that after
Like,
school.
that's all man.
So the Mario movie, is that part of the anime? The new studio?
no, the Mario movie is made by Illumination Entertainment, which makes the Despicable Me movies. Yeah, that's owned by Universal.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was about to say, I think what they're going to use the studio mostly for is CGI, is pre-rendered CG trailers and cutscenes. And I was just reading this like article here, and it says CG animation, so 3D animation, not like 2D animation or other stuff. And you guys were talking about like, you know, Jazz and Search was talking about like cartoons, and if there's one thing I remember, Nintendo did say that if the Mario movie does well, then they're going to explore on the animation media. So yeah,
I'm
they
thinking
could
the
use
Nintendo
that.
cartoons were or anime.
Y'all can't read that. Let me go back.
If it was anime, it'd be more brutal and like hardcore.
That'd be
But-
awesome.
Those cartoons you're talking about, they're technically made in America.
Because Castlevania has already been doing well on
Okay.
Netflix. So they already got like a test trial example are out there. So that's probably what pushed their decision to get an anime studio. Or
we'll
someone
have
who can do animations.
so since it's CGI, we'll have to wait and
Because
see
that's
as we
what
get
isn't that what
started.
Castlevania is? CGI, cell shaded CGI?
What I was
It looks like just anime.
no, what I was
Regular.
what I
CGI
was
is
Go
3D
ahead.
animation.
where I was going with this, since we don't know, it's just they're just going to make this for their video games and put it in the video games, make trailers for the video games, and put the CGI as cutscenes. So we have to wait and see what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so time will tell on that. And as I don't want to spend a lot of time on that because we all are not really a big Nintendo fans so well. But that's just me being hater nation. That's all that's about.
I will always be a Nintendo fan.
I know.
See, that's
Facts.
that's when they should partner with Disney Plus.
And that's all I was thinking. Nintendo
What
/
about
Disney movies.
Microsoft?
That'd be awesome.
Since I said Netflix.
Well, what I wanted to talk about first before we go that route is earlier this week, was it Lady Jazz or Sir Rich sent something out about Elden Ring easy mode?
Ugh.
And I want to get the
That was me.
panels.
Yeah, I
That
had
was you,
some
right?
stuff too.
So let's
I
start with this
sent one
quick
too.
conversation. We don't want this to be hostile, so we're just gonna have a quick conversation. We don't have a quick conversation to see that. Lady Jazz, what were your thoughts again?
So let me pull up this quick article to look at while I'm talking.
She pulling receipts
I
out.
Yeah.
I personally, apparently there is a quote unquote easy mode on PC. I don't know.
Is it?
Supposedly. Here it says Elden Ring's easy mode just got even easier. This is from April 19th, 2021. What makes it?
22.
Yeah, it is a mod. Yeah, patch notes. But my personal opinion on the whole thing, and a lot of other players out there, because I've been reading tons of reviews and responses, just leave it alone. The thing is, from my observation, the reason that people want there to be an easy mode is like, oh, what is this Elden Ring? Oh, it's selling so many copies. It must be a great game. Let me try it. Oh, wait. This game is harder than I thought it would be. Well, maybe if they did this, and then maybe no, if it's not a game for you, play something else. And I don't mean to sound gatekeeping or sound mean. Like, I'm really not trying to sound mean, but please don't change things, because that's going to shape how the rest of the From Software games are going to be. And Dark Souls / From Software, Miyazaki have always been known. They just throw you in the game, go explore, do what you want. And now Elden Ring takes that to a whole nother level because it's open world.
Okay.
Leave it. All right, go ahead.
Open world.
Okay, what about you, Mega Alexa?
Indifferent.
Well, first and foremost, this article saying that
This the wrong
there's an
article.
update that made the the enemies a little bit easier or something.
Yeah.
Let's run with that. So if it did, what was your thoughts?
So the game is infamous as being difficult.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Indifferent, since I haven't really started on Elden Ring, though. If I'm not mistaken, at least according to like Double M, before this update, if I'm not mistaken, out of all like From Software games, Elden Ring's difficulty curve is the most accessible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's up to. What do you think, Jazz? Since you played
I just
she just said
shared
it. She
what-
just stated her opinion.
But
Okay,
another part,
okay.
just one small thing I wanted to add. Aside from everything I said, part of the experience of them throwing you in the game, there are no rules. They encourage you to explore by not having a direct quest log, and that's one thing I
Okay.
like about it.
Hold that thought.
Yep.
Hold that thought. Okay, what about you, Sir Rich? I know you're gonna probably mimic Lady Jazz, but what's your opinion?
The developers of the game have came out and said that they didn't make this game to be accessible to everyone. They wanted it to be challenging in its
Okay.
way.
Okay. And you agree with that?
If that's what they created and that's what they want,
I didn't say what they want. We all have opinions. It's not fact. I'm opinion. This is just your opinion. That's all I'm asking. So give me your opinion. That's really a yes or no.
Well, yeah, because
Okay. Okay. What about you, Double?
Me, I don't care. I mean, I want people to enjoy the game the way they want to play it.
Do you
Okay.
play? Do you play those
Okay. So let
games?
me. Nope.
I'm
He gave
sorry.
his
Go ahead.
opinion.
I'm
He
like,
gave his
let's go.
opinion.
Go ahead.
Okay. So you don't care, do you? In essence, you're like, hey, you pay your money for it. You should be able to do whatever you want, right? Double.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's his
my
point.
opinion, my opinion on this is, I think I want to piggyback off something Lady Jazz said, because at first you said it's there's no direct rules. You just come in, you explore how you choose to explore. There's no direct route, correct?
Yes, and that's speaking from Dark Souls 1,
No, I
Bloodborne.
know. That's all of them.
Yes.
All of
yes.
them. All of them. Okay. And you said some other things, but let me ask you a question. My opinion, because what you just said, difficulty level has nothing to do with exploration. That's my opinion. I don't care where you go in the game, what you do, whatever. My exploration, you just throw somebody in the field, they don't know where to go. I don't care what difficulty level it is. They still can explore and do what they choose to do.
That's true.
I don't have and I could give a rat's tail about what somebody else experienced in the game. Because when I play a game, it's all about me. When you play a game, it's all about you. When everyone plays a game, it's all about the experience they get from a game. So I, as a person, I don't have a problem because I don't care. I'm not worried. I'm not in somebody else's business. You have your money. I'm not worried about how much money you got. I'm not worried about anything about another person. I'm only worried about me and how I experience video games. I can't get your experience out of a video game. You can't understand my experience. I can tell you what I thought of something, but your experience, like you and I were both talking about playing Piggy, right?
Yeah.
What did Sir Rich say? Sir Rich like, I just couldn't get into it, blah, blah, blah. I just said left it alone. You and I cannot, Peppa, you and I can say, well, we did it.
Yeah.
Sir Rich could not get into Peppa.
I do have a
because
point
he
when
didn't
you're done.
like
Go
it.
ahead.
Right. So my point is we're all going to get our own experience. So I think at times people put their own emotions into something too much and not understand it. So what if this was a person that was trying to play Elden Ring and Microsoft, what's that type of keep gamer accessibility that reflexes weren't as good as yours, Jazz.
Oh no,
are good.
The games don't play like that.
Right. So if their reflexes are not as good as yours, and we always talking about inclusion, but the accessibility for a person with a certain handicap may not have the flexibility as you, and they really want to experience that game. That's my point. Is I never want to develop a game, and I think any game should have. I would be so far as my point is agreeing with you guys. Okay, let's put the game out 2 years later after the game made all of its money. 2 years later, we'll put it out. Okay, we'll release a patch. If you want to play the game on difficulty, you can play it on difficulty. You get no achievements. You get nothing. So if you want to go through it the first time and beat it and understand the mechanics and get better at it, then you so have at it. You're just not getting anything for it. You got to do it all over once you get up to speed. I could care less because it's not me.
Yeah, but
that's the only thing I say about that is that everyone had. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, real quick. The thing with the accessibility, it's not about like reflexes or being able to push the buttons.
No,
seriously.
Okay.
Hold on, hear me out.
Okay.
With these games, it's not about that. It's about I found this item. I wonder what it does. Oh, I used it. Where did it go? Oh, I can't respawn this item. There's a lot of that. And a lot of the lore and stuff, like you don't want to be like, oh, well, go here. It's
right. I'm not talking about that. I don't want that.
But there's
that's the things that people saying.
That's what people are talking about.
I don't want
quest logs and stuff.
They're not saying like how hard everything hits. They're saying like put quest markers in it. And
I don't want that. I want to explore and find where I need to be.
Right, you want to do whatever you want to do and find what you want to find. I don't have a problem with that, but I'm speaking of Easy
Jazz
mode.
said she wasn't cool with that,
Yeah. It has
right?
nothing to do with like the button pressing and reflexes. That's not at all what I'm
Right.
talking
I'm
about. I
talking
totally get
about
that. I'm talking about the
right. I'm
quest
talking.
logs and stuff. There should not, in
Oh, I'm
my
not.
opinion, should not be a
Right
quest
now, I
log.
don't.
Yeah.
I could. Yeah. That. No, I don't have a problem with that in that respect. I don't. If it's nothing there and it's just a pure blank sheet, and you develop your own world from that and what you do, then I have no problem with that.
Because
To me,
that's
because I'm gonna do what I want to do anyway. There is no
exactly.
right. But I'm talking about for accessibility. That's where my point of
Every game should
contention.
come out with two versions.
That,
Then the
yeah.
Well, no,
accessibility
it's not.
version and the
Well,
true
well, right.
version.
Well, if you want to get yourself up to speed, then say, you know what? If you do the easy mode, like say for instance,
Diet
and
Ring.
let's say for instance, not Elden Ring, but let's say for instance, Skyrim or Fallout 4. If you use a mod, you don't get achievements.
Ooh,
You
Skyrim did
notice that,
that.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. If you start
That's how it
using
was
the
Skyrim.
mods,
Yeah, that's
right, and Fallout 4 is the same way. The one it'll tell you if you use a mod, you're not getting any achievements.
you can play it and enjoy it.
Yeah,
You ain't
right.
getting no
I
mod.
like
Because
that.
they got a god mode in a couple of them in the game, so you can go out and kill everything you want. But guess what? You ain't getting no achievements out of it.
My thing is just as long as the addition of the quote unquote easy mode doesn't curve or skew how they develop future From Software
Right. Now I don't have a
games.
problem with I don't have a problem with that. I agree with you. So we're all mostly on the same page with that. Okay.
Well, how many
Plus,
they done sold of that game?
they
And
sold about 15 to 20 million. But that's
yeah,
worldwide.
I mean,
And
World
multiplat.
and multiplat. So again,
Shoot, 12
think
million in
about
3
that.
weeks.
So it's known for its difficulty. So I think you already got a lot of
right?
people.
They are who they are.
They are who they are. So
Exactly.
what if you tried to come out a little bit and say, you know what, let's open it up. And the word got out that that game was over. I think that game would have sold triple. That's all I'm saying. I think that game could have sold 80 million if it's as good as people say. Now I haven't got to it yet.
They opened it
And
up.
then I'm right. If they open it up, the game would do much better. Whenever you open up and make it more accessible, it's going to sell more.
Well, easy mode, be a wizard.
Oh yeah. Or not even just a more accessible mode, a regular mode or a normal mode, whatever.
Yeah.
And not yeah. And I just think that's my point because I don't
Turn down to how hard you get hit.
No.
because I think at any
I
point in the
like that
game,
frustration.
especially Elden Ring, because I was looking at some on Elden Ring, and you can get them one hit kills. Any developer can make it a game where okay, I'm going to kill you first hit, and there's nothing you can do about it because no matter where you move, the monster or whatever is attacking you can automatically by programming hit you no matter what you do.
I know
So
what you're
people
talking
can
about.
tell me right. People can tell me anything. Well, I beat it. Not if the developer does not want you to. And there's nothing you can do otherwise because they can
And there's
develop the
mad
code.
examples. There's a mad examples of that, like that mad cow they put in Witcher 3 when you killed too many cows because it was a grind to get gold and stuff. So they put a cow god in there that you couldn't kill, and it would come and one hit you for farming the cows.
There you go. There you go.
Revenge.
So I
One
just
patch.
and so again, I just wanted to get you guys' opinion on that. Again, chat when you get the opportunity. Please give us your opinion and please hit subscribe when you get the
Like,
opportunity.
subscribe, and come on in
And
the
the last two points I
We
want to
appreciate
make,
y'all
and
commenting.
I want to get to what you guys think about this whole. It came out last week, and we broadcast on Thursday, so it came out last Friday. What do you guys think about Microsoft and Netflix opening up with the
Yeah, that's awesome.
advertising?
It's interesting per se because I can see where both of them can gain from it because the Samsung TVs do. But I don't understand, like, what does Netflix get out of advertising Samsung TVs? Did Microsoft pay them Netflix?
Well, Microsoft owns an advertising division, and the division is going to work with them for the ads and development, and I guess how to market them across all the various streams and put the advertising inside of Netflix programs. Whatever they got, I think they got advertising on that's going to help them do it.
So they're gonna get access to Microsoft's advertising to help Netflix
Yes,
boost.
yes.
Okay.
What do
Okay,
you guys?
that's fair. It's interesting.
Yeah,
Well, a
yeah.
lot of people are
That's
saying.
pretty fair.
A lot of people are saying that this is some analysts said it too, and a lot of people on the internet were talking about it. this is not really the whole plan. Microsoft's plan is to buy Netflix. And so, with that being said, I want to get
That's what
everybody's
I
quick.
thought
Hey,
too.
hold on.
Well,
Now, I want to. With that being said, I want to get the question. I want to get everybody's thought on that. And what do you think Microsoft? It's a 2-point question. What do you think of the overall plan? What do you think Microsoft is? What do you think Microsoft plan, if that is the case? What do you think Microsoft plan is with merging, or not merging, buying Netflix? And if they do buy Netflix, it's going to cost them more, way over 100 billion, probably 150 billion. So let's go with Mega. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, the only connection like I could see with that is then like a few months ago Netflix said something about like a gaming like subscription thing on their app.
Yeah, inside the app you can game. Yes, that is true. They bought a gaming studio, or a couple of gaming studios. Yes, they're trying to get into gaming. So what's your thoughts?
Well, really that's the only connection I have with that. I don't really see the point of Microsoft like buying Netflix.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay, what about you, Lady Jazz?
I can definitely see. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Probably like a Netflix rescue. Definitely a good investment, I would say. But
okay, what about you, Double?
I think Netflix is trying to circumvent the money they done lost, trying to get a little money from Microsoft.
Okay. What about you, Mega? I mean, excuse me, so Rich.
I think it's interesting
You think it's just interesting?
because there's a lot of things that's going on here.
Okay.
First off, Microsoft just seen that they can make shows that are popular through Paramount Plus as handle. Secondly, Netflix, like Mega said, Netflix is trying to do a gaming and encompass that with how Microsoft is trying to have simply Game Pass coming through the Samsung TVs in the streaming service. So the streaming capabilities of Netflix to streamline some services in Microsoft, as they oftentimes do, take pieces of other companies and streamline their services even further, is very interesting. I'm trying to see what kind of bit rate they trying to get on their cloud gaming and use
You
that
do
with
realize
streaming and all that.
you do realize that Netflix uses Amazon AWS, right?
Yeah.
Amazon Work Service.
Okay. Yeah, they use them. Okay, so that's what you think of it?
Yeah, it's interesting. If they were trying to acquisition and they trying to just get cozy with them and see how what they can work out and where their systems match up, as well as like you say with Amazon, they might have to negotiate with the three-way negotiation. I mean, there's gonna be a bunch of stuff to talk about and see where they can go with it, but it'll be interesting to see what they can get to, because Amazon is far enough away from Microsoft per se. They might, not to join them, but to join them.
Okay, so that's what you guys think. Interesting. Let me ask you guys a question. First and foremost, Amazon Prime. Think about that. YouTube, yeah, and then Google, and YouTube TV. Who are they competing with? Netflix, right?
Yeah, Netflix is the big fish in this.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask a question. What in Microsoft portfolio of companies and what they do, right? Outside, I'm not talking about movies yet. Now, let's pretend that this may happen, or if it is a good idea. What does Microsoft not have in their base?
Movie studio.
No, I said not movie studios. Not outside of the big companies. Apple has their let's say the big companies. Outside of FANG. FANG is what they call it FANG, but Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. That's FANG. Let's take Facebook out of it because Facebook doesn't do, but they're trying to get in. Outside of Facebook, which is in FANG, outside of the F, what else does Microsoft does not have in that?
Social media?
Nope. Not anything to do with movies. Nothing.
Wait, man, I know you already said movie series, but does TV series count?
No. Okay, let me get to it. of all that, outside Xbox, which is 50 million, right? Microsoft does not hit the wide consumer audience. Microsoft, people don't realize this. Microsoft main business is business. That's why they tried to get Discord, right? And that's why the Discord merger fell off a little bit. But Microsoft doesn't have a consumer index. I mean, a consumer base outside of Xbox, right? PCs, no.
For the
Because it's
most
just a
part.
program that's
Right.
put
But
on.
but if they got that base with Netflix, right? They have a big consumer base to add to the consumer base that they have with Xbox. So they would have a wider audience of consumer services that they sell. They
and
have
access because like the Samsung TV, like I said, you could
well,
just get a
but right
controller.
but then they have that. But my whole point, it's interesting to see that could happen because then they would have a wider audience and they could merge to some degree the
Oh, here we go.
somehow Netflix with the Game Pass and offer. Now, if they offered Netflix Game Pass under one monthly fee for $30 a month, would you buy it? Or $25 a month, would you buy it?
Me? No.
Anybody?
Mm.
Really? You wouldn't buy it?
Netflix and Game Pass?
That's right. You wouldn't buy it for $25 a month?
Yeah. When you think of
I would do.
Exactly.
I was just
I
gonna
would
say,
do
think of the
20.
prices
But see, I'm an
separately.
anomaly. I ain't got nothing on Netflix I watch. So
Okay,
that's
but
what I'm
200 million
I-
people do.
Yeah, I was
That's
just
what I'm
gonna
saying.
say, think of the
I'm the
prices.
outlier. I'm not the rule person.
But there'll be let's say even if they did and they can get additional 30 million people that would merge the two services together, and you still have your Game Pass people, you still have that, and then you still have forget what part of Microsoft did what's his name? Stadia come from?
What did Stadia come from?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know, but it's not coming to my mind right now.
He is the
I don't know, but Sarah Bond. I think Sarah Bond was from Netflix.
No,
I was looking into Stadia.
No, Stadia Stadia is the the main person to help develop the whole cloud infrastructure. So anything dealing with cloud,
we was talking about her last week.
No, but I'm talking about Stadia. He's the one always going to be down with cloud. So if you can,
he was the cloud guy.
Yeah, and if he can steal Netflix and merge and take all of the Netflix services and put them on Azure, that's a big steal.
Actually, like I said, the shows, Castlevania, Witcher.
You know what?
They showed
Netflix
there's
streaming
a
service.
market for it.
It pretty much runs pretty good.
So I was just saying, what do you guys think about that? That was a good way of looking at things, don't you think?
It's a few ways you could look at it, but that's a very interesting perception of it.
Right, and I do think, and I will say this right now, if they did try it, I think this segues to our other last topic, but if they did try to buy Netflix, the FTC will get involved, and they'll try to block it, even though Microsoft doesn't own anything in the video. They don't do subscription service in the video, but they'll say, "Oh,
they go probably try something with their program." You have Microsoft Video and you've tried to develop the Zoom software that will
No, I think they will. They will say something to the effect that, "Hey, you have Xbox Live. You want to merge not Xbox Live, Game Pass, and all that subscription service with Netflix, even though they don't own any movie subscription service, TV subscription services, video subscription service, however you choose to phrase it." But I think they would give them some flack about it, although there is no precedence because they would not be. Would they be? No, they wouldn't own over 50% of the market. But it'll be interesting to see. So we'll see what happens in a year and a half. If Netflix stock falls further, then I think they would be aggressive enough. Even once this next merger is complete, I think they will be aggressive, and it will be a great move. I can see it as what's that word people say? I can see the synergy with both of them merge with Microsoft. I see the synergies.
Yeah, like I said, like the cloud and all that. Like,
Yeah, well, they'll take that right. They'll do the cloud, then they'll take a lot away from AWS, and that's who their main competitor is. But we will see how that will play out. And I don't think they will buy it all cash. They will buy it with their stock, and that would be the smart. That's why a lot of companies buy back
because
their
they'll be
stock.
more invested in it as well.
Right. Everybody don't like buying things in stock. I mean, the other companies don't like being bought with other people's stock, but hey, it may work. So with the last topic that's going on is that you guys saw earlier, and all the various people around the internet were saying, hey, Microsoft may be approved to buy Activision Blizzard next month. So I want to get you guys' opinion on what do you think or what will happen next month if the FTC were moved to block it? Meaning, will they just say go ahead, or do you think they're going to try and block it next month, or next month, or the month after? Let's say within the next month or the month after, meaning between August and September. Do you think we'll hear anything positive or negative? And if it's positive means that the FTC is not going to move in and say anything, and Microsoft can proceed. What are your guys' thoughts on that with the FTC? Double.
I think they won't block it. These American companies, and we got this high inflation, and they'll stay strong, and it keeps people working. You know, it's a lot of people work at Activision, so and they trying to unionize too, and Microsoft is all for that.
Okay. What about you, sir, Rich?
Hope they don't block it, but I have a feel like it may. Well, they've been investigating this whole time, so it may not be blocked, especially with the new accusation with Sony and Bungie. So, and neither one of them companies have been doing well. Like Activision or Blizzard have been doing exceptionally well. They've been staying afloat, but they haven't been doing exceptionally well. So, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna block it, but it's still got an inkling like it's kind of up in the air.
Okay. Megan?
No, I think it'll be a positive. You know, no roadblocks.
Okay. Lady?
Just looking at this article here I've posted, I think it's too early to see whether or not they are going to block it. I certainly hope they don't, because that'd be beneficial for us in ways. But it depends on, as you see here, what information the FTC obtained from both parties, just to ensure that it does stay fair and competitive. So at the end of the day, that's really the determining factor.
Okay. Well, the way I see it, I'm kind of like on defense, because I'll say it this way. A lot of people said that and I'm going to segue because Sir Rich said something about the Sony Bungie acquisition, which was $3.6 billion, 3.7, I stand corrected, $3.7 billion for the acquisition. However, it was quick, and someone said, well, that's because the deal wasn't as big. But I think that, to me, in my opinion, I don't know anything about government, how the FTC moves, but I think that bodes well for Microsoft, because Sony is number one or number two. And regardless, they bought another company in this space. And although Sony is not a big player in the cloud services space, this is about video. So the FTC should say, we shouldn't try to block this, because if I was Microsoft, I'd throw that right in their face. But you can let the number one buy something and get bigger, whereas you're stifling us to compete. So I think the Sony being allowed
to blow,
right, to me, yeah, and also by the that unionization of the CWA allowed whatever Raven Software being allowed to merge or unionize. Let me say unionize.
Yeah, there's
knocks a lot of wind out of them. But I will say, I don't think anything should, or the FTC will move the block this month. If we get to September by Labor Day and nothing has been said and we don't hear anything, then I do believe that the FTC is not going to block it if we can get to September. But I always have this, the back of my hand, I have this strange feeling. But then again, I have this other feeling. I have two competing feelings. One is that the FTC is going to say something, but two, it's election season in this country. And we're moving into elections, and I do not think anybody wants to stir the pot either way to make things. And Lena Khan, they always said, is a type of person wants to stir the pot. I don't think she wants to stir the pot on this one at this point in time, seeing how fragile things are in this country and how negative way things are going in this country to some extent. I don't think she wants to stir the pot and say, well, and pick Microsoft out at this point. Because of all the big companies, the FANG, Microsoft is not part of FANG, but of FANG, which again, I'll say Facebook, Netflix, Apple,
Activision is going to go
Amazon.
under.
I think Activision will be allowed to be part of Microsoft. That, and what I hear a lot of people, I was looking at somebody else's podcast. I think it was, I forget. I don't know if it was Double Barrel. I think it may have been Double Barrel's podcast. But someone said, or someone keeps saying, well, Sony has the marketing rights. And I want somebody to educate me. Just because you have the marketing rights, they're saying, well, Microsoft is not allowed to put their games in the game. If, say, for instance, the merger is allowed, and as I thought it would be, if the merger concludes before Call of Duty is released, what stops Microsoft, since I own the company, if all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed and all the stars align at the right time for the merger to be finished by the end of say this year, which I don't think it is. I think early next year, even if that's the case, early next year, let's say January, February. They're saying that they still won't be able to put Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 in the Game Pass. Why? Your marketing rights has nothing to do with putting it in Game Pass. But I didn't see the contract, so I'm just that's my way of looking.
Yeah, one small thing I noticed, I was reading, there's something called the CMA, the Competition and Markets Authority.
That's in Great Britain. That's in Great Britain. Right. Now I'm talking about the U.S.
Yeah,
right,
but the thing is, there's one point here, and I don't know how the leverage is going to be. It's like you said, the FTC, but for the UK, they have a September 1st deadline to give their decision. So if they don't make a decision by then, what does that mean for us in the US? So can they be a merger in one country only? Like how does that work? Or is it across?
No.
Yeah,
well, they're saying everyone has to approve.
Yeah.
So it's EU, Great Britain,
That's just the deadline.
United States. That's the deadline. So it's like
for them.
If they're going to say something, being that I think they're going to say something just to be petty. I just do. But
that's
we'll
what
see.
It feel like. That's what I was like. It's kind of up in the air.
I think it's going to be. I think
because it's like, why not approve it if y'all taking this long to?
They have to information and have to review it and all that.
No, they have to do their due diligence, and they're saying it's.
I mean,
quick.
I'm looking at how fast the Sony deal went through in
But
comparison.
no, you can't say that. Let's keep that now.
Because we don't know how long
behind the scenes stuff.
Sony is a small deal. 3.6 billion compared to 7 to 68 billion.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's a pale comparison. But I do agree with you in theory.
$3 versus $60?
No, I do agree with you in theory that I thought Sony's merger went through. I mean, yeah, it did go by really quick. It's like, okay, go ahead. Because they did that in less than 5 months. Let me see.
Yeah,
they started talking about it in like March,
and then they were done. So I thought it was approved very quick. Even when Microsoft bought Bethesda, it took longer than that.
Yeah.
So I found that to be very interesting. So that's why I said Microsoft can hold that in their back pocket as prejudice. That's what I would do because I'd be petty and I would do that. But I just wanted to bring that up to let you guys get your guys' opinion. We'll see within the next month or two. I'm hoping that everything's approved because I would love to see Modern Warfare 2 dropping the Game Pass in November.
Mhm.
Mm.
That'd be
We
great.
all playing it. I'm getting a whole new. I'm drop that $100 on the 512. Man, they need to do something with this third party expansion or something, man. Because there ain't no reason why 2 terabytes should cost $400.
Well, I think they still have the marketing rights as well. I don't think that marketing deal is over with Seagate. So I think let me
Or a year?
let me it's 2 years. It'll be 2 years in December. I mean in November. So let me
It was only
speculate.
for a year.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was only for a year.
Well, let's say this, then where are the rest of them by everybody? I thought it was 2 years. That's why I said we'll see. I was saying let's see by
But
the
what the
end of
third party? So
no,
third
I
party
was
should be out by the holiday.
that's what I was saying. I was saying by the holiday we'll see if anybody offer any competing I mean, it is hardware, well, competing hardware, expansion cards for the series. But we'll see.
Exos.
Yes. So we'll see if anybody offer anything. And if they do, I was looking at a expansion card for my PS5, and they're still $150. So it's and for a terab, for a terab,
But that's the price for 512 on the Xbox.
for what? What? $100?
$150?
Well, that's because they're only ones on the market.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like
It's
you said,
insane. They need some competition.
yeah, so we'll see. But we'll see. Hopefully things will change. So anyway, guys and
Guys and ghouls.
lady and
People.
we've come to the end of the show, and I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in with us for this amount of time. It's been almost 2 hours, and thank you guys for rocking with us, chilling with us, discussing with us. We would like you guys to be a little bit more interactive. So please, the next week at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, please join us again, and we'll be discussing whatever gaming topics that have come to fruition, so to speak.
Yeah. We do respond to the chat. We do respond to the chat. Don't be scared to say something. Join in. Get y'all come up with good points sometime.
Yes.
Add to the experience.
Yes, and please challenge us on anything you disagree.
It's free.
Mm-hmm.
It's free.
Free
We're
99.
not scared
And
of no debate.
So let's
over
hit.
here.
So let's hit
Say
that
what you mean.
subscribe
Mean
button
what you say.
and that like button. It's free.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, let's do our outros. And first with the Lady Jazz. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch at my name, which is under my box at the top there. Also on YouTube, Xbox, same gamer tag. I like doing co-streams with my viewers. So yeah.
Rich.
Find me on Facebook at Sir Rich. You can find me on Instagram at Sir Rich. You can find me on Twitch at Sir Rich. But just type in Sir Rich. See Sir Rich. The only place is different is Twitter, which is _ Sir as a space, but every place else you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Wednesdays and Fridays at 7 to 7:30 p.m.
What day do you stream, Jazz?
I stream. Well, I had a stream last Tuesday, every Friday and Saturday mornings. Oh, and congrats to the winners of my art giveaway. So, yep, tune in Saturday mornings, 11:30 Central Standard Time.
All right. What about you, Megan?
You'll find me every Thursday at the Gamers DMZ podcast.
Hey.
And that's about it.
Okay. What about you, Double?
You can find me here every Thursday, the Gamers DMZ. We also have a Facebook group, All Things Geeky, that you can join.
It's
open
post
to
in
join
there?
now.
Did you post in there that we're having the podcast? Tell them to
Yes.
I seen it.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, it should pop
What
up every
platform that on?
Thursdays. It's an event.
It's on
What
Facebook.
platform is that on? Yeah, Facebook.
All
There you
things
go.
geeky on Facebook.
You got to get the platform on there. The platform.
Okay, thank you very much. And you can find me on Xbox and PS5 as the one. Send me an invite to play some games if you're ever playing Call of Duty. Hit me up. Any Call of Duty, more or less, hit me up. Battlefield 5, hit me up. Actually, I want to play the multiplayer of as Dusk Falls and see how that works with playing with people. I would love to see that.
They got a multiplayer?
Yeah, you can play with people. I need to
How
see
does
how that
that work
works.
out? Oh, yeah,
I
you did
need-
say that. How does that
yeah,
work out?
I don't know. That's why I said I need to see and play with people and see how that
Gosh,
works.
I need to stream some of this.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Halo co-op is Insider, right?
Yeah, you got that too, right?
Nah, I don't got Insider.
Oh,
It
wow.
takes 5 minutes to become an insider.
Yeah.
But I'm looking. Ray Trey said he downloaded it, so I guess I'm gonna try to get with him to play it. I'm looking for some
Man.
people to play Halo co-op here.
It's
So
another 50 gigabytes.
move something around. That's all you got to do.
All I had to move is Destiny, but I'm playing that.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Okay, so chat, thank you guys for joining us this evening. We've had a great time sitting back, discussing gaming with you guys. It's always fun. Again, at your earliest convenience, please give us a subscribe, like, chat, and I always put videos out once a week, every other day, just for gameplay, random gameplay when I feel like doing it.
And
But
don't
again,
forget time steps and sharing. Share.
yeah, share. Subscribe and share. Definitely share. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next week at 7 p.m. Thank you, panel. You guys been great. Thank you all for the input. And I'll see you guys, and we will see everyone next week. Thank you and have a great day.
Well, have a good night, everyone.
Holla, holla, holla.
Holla.
Thursday.
Holla, holla,
Holla, holla, holla.
Holla. Bye.